Opposites attract, move in together, and then slowly drive each other crazy. This friction between introverts and extroverts stems from a hidden biological war over neurological hardware. Extroverts run on a very specific fuel, dopamine. Their brains process this neurotransmitter through a highly abbreviated direct neural circuit. Introverts utilize a different driver, called acetylcholine. This chemical takes a winding route, navigating through multiple distinct association areas before it reaches its destination. Because one system fires almost instantly and the other integrates information slowly, living together creates a mismatch in timing. The extrovert is moving at top speed, while the introvert is still processing the opening move. When an extrovert demands a quick answer and the introvert stays quiet, it sparks fights about who cares more. In reality, two incompatible operating systems are simply trying to read the same disk. These two systems are like batteries that require completely opposite charging cables. Extroverts draw their power externally, recharging through high stimulation and activity. Introverts charge their batteries internally, requiring isolation and quiet to restore their energy. Sharing a house 24 hours a day creates immense friction. Without basic neuroliteracy, the extrovert starves for input, while the introvert suffocates from the constant invasion of their quiet space. The extrovert sees the introvert retreating and assumes they are being ignored. The introvert sees the extrovert pressing for conversation and feels cornered. Both are executing biological survival tactics, yet they read the other's behavior as personal rejection. How do you fix a relationship hardware problem when both sides run completely different operating systems? When those opposing environmental needs clash, the amygdala takes over. This threat system responds to perceived danger with immediate fear or anger. If an extrovert aggressively pushes for connection, the introvert's amygdala flags this demanding energy as a literal biological invasion. Their system becomes overwhelmed by the sensory input. Conversely, when the introvert grows still to process, the extrovert's amygdala misinterprets that sudden silence as a loss of connection, registering it as biological abandonment. This checklist of mismatched body talk shows exactly how this manifests physically. The extrovert's body gets loud to force an answer, while the introvert adopts defensive postures and severs eye contact to survive the overload. Hemisphere dominance acts as a force multiplier here. Left-brained partners focus on practical solutions and facts, while right-brained partners require emotional connection before they can even begin to problem solve. Once the amygdala fires, the argument is no longer about the original topic. It is a physiological feedback loop, where both brains are just trying to survive. To stop these batteries from draining each other, couples have to manage the power supply, particularly how they handle shared leisure time. Forcing a compromise usually leaves both people miserable. Instead of meeting in the middle, a strategy of distribution works better, allocating dedicated high stimulation blocks for one and zero stimulation blocks for the other. While the extrovert pursues the loud hubbub of a party, the introvert stays home to cocoon. Both partners view this physical separation as a strategic recharge, rather than a sign of a failing relationship. Actively regulating the external environment prevents individual exhaustion and keeps the entire relational system from crashing. Couples also have to build a functional communication bridge. Extroverts operate a send-heavy, fast-talking loop. Introverts run a receive-heavy loop, taking information in slowly for careful consideration. This excerpt on becoming bilingual highlights a major pitfall. Couples get into trouble because they expect their partner to speak exactly like they do. Survival requires learning to alter how you deliver data to match the receiver's architecture. For the extrovert, this means giving the introvert time to pre-process information. Ask a question, sit back, and do not interrupt the silent gaps while they formulate a response. For the introvert, it means providing the extrovert with the immediate, active verbal feedback their dopamine-driven system craves. Even a quick summary of what you just heard proves to them that you are still connected. Achieving fluency in your partner's neurological language ensures that a basic question or a moment of silence isn't accidentally misinterpreted by the brain as a biological attack. When a system overloads, the absolute first step is a 30-minute physical break. Both bodies need time apart to let the neurochemical flooding subside. When you resume the conversation, your posture signals your intent. Standing with an open posture and maintaining eye contact sends a signal of safety straight to your partner's lizard brain. If sitting face to face is still too intense, take the conversation outside. Walking side by side burns off the extrovert's physical tension while allowing the introvert to process information without the pressure of a direct confrontation. Because conflict is a physiological event, you must physically disarm the body before you can verbally resolve the emotional dispute. This concept of bilingualism extends directly into emotional and physical intimacy. Lowering your shields requires translating your affection into your partner's language. Introverts usually require a slower, unpressured pace to ease out of their busy minds. Extroverts ignite much faster, but they require clear, continuous verbal reassurance to know they are loved. Love only registers as real to the human brain when it is packaged in a format the receiver's specific neural pathways can process. Zooming out, the magnetic attraction between these opposing systems is an evolutionary design. An introvert and an extrovert make the ultimate survival team. They combine brilliant external momentum and action with profound internal depth and caution. When couples stop fighting their biology and start calibrating their shared language, they move past simple survival and achieve perfect biological equilibrium.